have a few things. On your table, you guys will see a copy of our '09 marketing plan. I try to put enough out. If we don't have enough, and if you want one, feel free to say something. We'll make sure you get one when we're done. But I just wanted to point some things out to you today. The Convention and Visitors Bureau, we are an agency of the City of Miami. We work beside the Chamber of Commerce. We're funded off of a 4% hotel tax. And we're able to take that and go out, and basically our mission that we do, you can see there, is to promote Miami as a destination. My job at the end of the day is to go out and to invite people to come here and try to increase our overnight stays, because obviously that's what funds our program. Just a few things that I did want to bring to your attention. One of them, on your table, you'll see our new 2009 visitor guide. I will tell you, we had a 70% increase in distribution for 2009. Some of the places that I think you'll be interested in knowing, as Hardy spoke, is that we do have these in all 12 travel information centers. So if you have people that are going to be visiting Miami, have any questions, if they're not here and cannot get one physically from our office, they can go to any one of the travel information centers and get one of those. And we have Susan and Marilyn with us here today from the Miami Travel Center, and we are very appreciative for all the work that you guys do for us. In addition to the travel information centers, travelok.com, which is the website that Hardy spoke of, I encourage you guys, I work as hard as I can to make sure everything is on there, but one of the things that I do want to draw to your attention is today is the deadline for this little form, and I've got just a stack of them over there that I've worked on for the last couple of weeks. If you have an event that you know of for 2010 that is going to happen, and you want it to be displayed and the very nice guide that the State Tourism Department puts out, this will tell you events and festivals going on statewide for the entire year. They start working on this in April, so we have to have all of that stuff into them today. So if you are not sure if your event is listed yet, if you'll see me after this is over, you can flip through there real quick and make sure that you're in that stack for Miami and that you'll be in this guide. And Susan and Marilyn and their staff out there has been helping us. We have all of our restaurants that have been submitted, all of our attractions in town that's been submitted. All that information has been updated for Miami because we definitely want to take advantage of that service that is offered through the State Travel Department as one of our partners. So that's one thing that we wanted to point out. Another thing with the visitor guide is one of the programs that the Tourism Board adopted this year is the Certified Folder Program. I know a lot of times if you travel and if you go into a hotel, a lot of times you'll walk in and there'll be a little stand there where you can actually pull a brochure out and you can flip through it. I was in Duncan last weekend for the Festivals and Events of Oklahoma conference, and I walked in there, and that was the first thing I did when I seen it, as I was flipping through to make sure that Miami guide was in there. So we have those all across Oklahoma for 2009, 351 locations statewide where you can get this guide. So I'll tell you, many of you that are out there are partners with us and did advertising in this guide, know that your information is getting into the hands of a lot of potential visitors just through that program alone. Two other locations is we did pick up Southeast Kansas, which is about 42 locations, and the one I'm most excited about is Northwest Arkansas. And that's 51 locations, and they continue to add. So Arkansas and Kansas, we're continuing to try to hit those markets. Those are, our border communities there that we do want them to come over, and especially this season, I truly believe we're going to see a lot of people stay closer to home. I know that over spring break, the Tulsa Zoo had record numbers and just was blown away by the people that came and visited during that time. So that's a very, very good gauge for us, I think, to see, even as a destination here, that we're going to see some record numbers as well for this season. Another thing very quickly is our survey program. Many of you, if you go around, you'll see little boxes that say, "Let's Talk Miami." That's another program that we've tried to build on a little bit this year. Larry, which is on the staff here at the Coleman Theater, is a volunteer for us at the CVB, and he goes around and he collects these for us. If you have visitors coming through your business, or if you are a hotel, I know we work very closely with the Buffalo Run Hotel, we work very closely with Jim at Holiday Inn Express. Encourage your visitors to fill these out, because what we do is at the end of the month, we will pull one out and we will mail them a free voucher for an overnight hotel stay. So I encourage you. I know he picked the ones up from Henry the other day out at the Casino Hotel, and I think there was about 70 in there. And it was people, it wasn't Oklahoma people, it was Kansas, Arkansas, Illinois, it was from everywhere. So that's how we can take that information and make sure that we're placing our marketing dollars and advertising dollars in the right place. The only other thing is, Hardy talked a little bit about the travel shows, and you guys will see that. And I just wanted you to know that that's one area that we feel like we've tried to get a little bit more aggressive in this year. For instance, we've already been to the Wichita Women's Fair. We partnered with Grand Lake Association, went down and did a booth there, went through, gosh, Deb, about 900 Grand Lake guides, about 800 Miami guides in 3 days. I felt that was very successful. That's a very hungry market for us. We went to the Dallas Women's Fair. We've been to the Kansas Sports Show. We've had brochures at the Overland Park Travel Show. We did attend McAllen with the State Travel Department, very successful. And you know the snowbirds, it's funny, they say, well, we drive right through Miami. I didn't know there was a motorcycle museum. I've never seen the Coleman Theater. So it goes back to what our mission is, and it's just getting out and inviting people to come. And then Wichita, I'll tell you a funny story real fast, is that you would think down in the Wichita market, you would go down there and I'm engaging with people and talking to them and asking them about if they plan travel. And the Grand Lake thing was huge for us, because everybody knows about Grand Lake and we're at the north point of it. But the thing they knew us for the most was Laverne's. Everybody would say, I got married in Miami, Oklahoma. So that's something we can't quite take for granted. But those are just a few things. And lastly, one of the things that is huge for us, and Hardy talked about it, is our motorcycle groups. We had 42 groups last year that came through Miami, and that's just the ones that we know about. Those are the people that are actually flying into Chicago, they're renting motorcycles, and they are taking that Route 66 cruise across, and we are that first impression, and we work very, very hard. We want to get better at that. That's an area that we really want to improve and we want to see grow. One of the things that CVB did over the last year was we joined ABA, which is the American Bus Association. And we are working very closely with State Tourism. We are working very closely with Claremore, with Bonita, and pulling together some itineraries to really work hard and attract those motorcycle groups, because that's what's going to continue to grow. But just last year, just here through the Coleman, we had visitors from 28 different countries. And I know a lot of times, Hardy said, don't take for granted this facility. And it's not just here. I know if the casino tracked those international people, those numbers would probably be up there just the same. So we all have to work together. We're out visiting them and inviting them to come, but we have to have each and every one of you guys working alongside of us as well. That once they get here, we do want that impression to be something they remember and something that they come back for. But so if you don't have an event guide or an event filled out for the guide, that's probably our most important thing here today, is don't miss that opportunity, guys, because it's free. It doesn't cost you anything as a business. So, but I do want to say thank you to Hardy, and I think my board will understand now when I say there's a conference or Hardy's going to be speaking why I want to get on the road and go to Oklahoma City, because he has a way of, I think, of making us all realize that we're all in this together. So thank you.